They say ignorance is bliss, and I don't think there's any better example than the recent news that was released by none other than Lee Ross in a recent tweet. But real quick, for the people who aren't entirely familiar with who Lee Ross is, because Lee Ross was one of the top guys in the development of Infinite Warfare Zombies, a game that I know some people didn't like, and I was there with you at a point, but I realize now I was just being a hater. Like at the launch, I was just kind of hating on the game mode like an idiot without really giving a good reason. But as the season went on, it really warmed up to me, and now I think that Infinite Warfare Zombies is still one of the best Call of Duty Zombies experiences we got, which is insane to say because normally anything that's not by Treyarch normally is pretty low on my list. Like, I don't like them at all. Like World War II, Exo Zombies, all garbage in my opinion, but Infinite Warfare I absolutely love till this day for so many different reasons. Not only was it an entirely different vibe from what we've had from Treyarch, but on top of that, it had so many cool features that Treyarch just never had, whether it be a super Easter egg boss fight, or those super Easter egg rewards, so much cool stuff, or just the really big focus on Easter eggs as a whole. There was a lot of really cool things in that game, and of course Lee Ross had a very big part in all of that. And if I'm not mistaken, during the development of the game he actually suffered a stroke, I believe, but still worked through it on the hospital beds to get this game to be continued to be put out, which is just insane stuff that we have to give the guy credit for. But enough with the backstory on Lee Ross, and what did he actually say? Well, let's put it on screen and read it out for you guys. I can only say that once upon a time in a galaxy far away, in a land that time forgot, you kinda sorta had Jason Blundell and Lee Ross working on a standalone zombies game, not attached to Call of Duty. Almost. And bro, like, at the same time it's cool to hear about that, but honestly I just wish I just never knew about this. And hey, since I heard about it, I'm rooting for all you guys, because my gosh, is this depressing to hear, bro. Like, man, we could have had it all, guys. It could have been everything we ever wanted. Like, not only is this just a standalone zombies game, like we've been asking that for a long time, and we know all the benefits of a standalone zombies game. Like, obviously the fact that everything in that game would be built specifically for zombies. You don't have to worry about the setting being affected by campaign, or the guns being affected by multiplayer, especially in balancing, or just the setting of those guns. The guns could just be built from map to map that is needed for those games. Everything could be built specifically for zombies to make the experience better than it has ever been before, and on top of that, more content than ever. Maybe even different modes that are actually put well together, maybe even a zombies campaign mixed in there. A lot of things that a lot of people have been asking for. All of that stuff is possible with a standalone zombies game. But more than that, he said it would not be attached to Call of Duty. And honestly, I think that'd be a better thing for the game, because Call of Duty holds a lot of baggage with it. Call of Duty name has a lot of baggage with it. When you put that on any game, there's certain expectations, and like if it doesn't meet those expectations, even though they're not really necessary, like not having maybe a regular campaign or even a multiplayer or even a battle royale, then a lot of people hate on it, and that would be great to remove that baggage from this game, and the game could just be its own thing. But unfortunately, as we all know now, this never happened. And just the thought of Jason Blundell, as we know, one of the masterminds behind Black Ops 3, which is the greatest zombies experience to ever happen, right? And Lee Ross, who also made a pretty solid zombies game himself, working together to make this was just been, oh my gosh, just the greatest thing ever. Like, just imagine the Easter eggs and the rewards from Infinite Warfare Zombies tied to the gameplay and maps from Black Ops 3, or even the story of Black Ops 3. Like, it could have been there, but instead, here we are living in the worst timeline as usual. Now, one thing I do want to spend a little bit of time speculating on is, like, when exactly did this happen? Because I know immediately a lot of people are jumping to Deviation Games. Like, this was going to be Deviation's game before they got shut down and Jason Blundell left and all of that. And maybe, and that could have happened, but I never heard that Lee Ross was working at Deviation, so in case I'm just forgetting or didn't know about that and secretly was or something like that, or I'm just being dumb here, like, I'll leave that out there, but I don't think that's when this was. And if I had to guess, I'd probably assume this was actually when they were both working at Treyarch, because believe it or not, they were actually working at Treyarch at the same time. I don't think many people are familiar with Lee Ross actually joining Treyarch, because what happened is during the development of Modern Warfare 2019, they decided there wasn't going to be a zombies game mode in that game. And obviously Lee Ross, after coming off a pretty banging zombies game mode in Infinite Warfare, he's probably all disappointed about that, so he leaves Infinity Ward to go work with Treyarch, who of course is always going to have a zombies game mode. And he joined it during Black Ops 4. Post its launch, it wasn't like during its launch, and because of that, he ended up working on the Blackout Zombies portion of stuff. And what I'm assuming what happened, and again speculation here, is that after Black Ops 4, there was plans for this standalone zombies game that was not attached to Call of Duty. But of course, soon after that, Blundell ended up getting let go / fired from Treyarch, and also Treyarch got kind of screwed over and they were forced on the development of what we now call Black Ops Cold War. Because if you guys aren't familiar with the chaos around that story, is that Sledgehammer Games was supposed to release a game that year, but something happened with them and Raven and there was conflict, and because of that, Treyarch had to step in and go and save this game. And this is exactly why we got Black Ops Cold War only 2 years after Black Ops 4. And also Treyarch only had like a year and a half to develop that game, and because of that, I'm assuming that this is the reason why the game was ended up to be canceled and it didn't really get too far up ahead. Again, that's speculation. I can't stress that enough. I could be wrong here. It could be Deviation Games. Maybe Lee Ross was working there, or maybe even it's something after that, because we don't know what Jason Blundell's been doing since he left Deviation Games. He could have did something else. I know he's probably working with PlayStation right now, so he's probably doing something there. Maybe Lee Ross joined him there, and that's the reason why it actually was never tied to Call of Duty. But the only problem with all of those ideas, whether it be PlayStation side of things or even Deviation Games, is how much could they make their own zombies game that's not attached to Call of Duty, that doesn't feel like it's just Call of Duty? I don't know. Either way though, that's all I wanted to share with you guys here today. I'm glad if I ruined your day, because my day was ruined too when I saw this, so I just wanted to ruin everybody's day, just saying, look, we could have been in the better timeline, but we're not. That's just not how good things don't happen in this timeline. Obviously, we can't have great things. Like, great things for this timeline ended probably back in 2016 with Black Ops 3. After that, they said that's enough. They've enjoyed enough good stuff, right? They're done for the rest of their life. So yeah, that's the situation. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about this down in the comment section below. Is this as depressing as it is for me as it for you? Or is there some reason you're happy about this because you're a masochist or something? I don't know. Either way though, that's enough for this video. If you guys did find this video informative, I guess, because not very enjoyable because it's depressing, but at least informative, I appreciate if you guys dropped a like, subscribe, bell, share, any of that great stuff. But I'm going to go. I'll catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever the heck it may be. And laters, guys.